the other thing that comes to mind is being on YouTube for so many years, and like everyone says, like, do your passion, like pursue your dreams. You come to like create a stigma of what that means in your head. So like I've identified as a YouTuber for so long that I'm like, oh, I must be passionate about filmmaking. I must be passionate about editing and making a great product. And I was doing vlogs for 4 years, trying to improve the editing, improve the product, but realizing that like what I was really passionate about was one conversation, talking to my camera and like almost using it as a digital diary, but it really had nothing to do with the like editing or filmmaking part of it. But I felt the need that I needed to identify, like I was like, should I go to film school? Bro, I don't care about, but I felt like I should care about that. I should be this film guy, this cinematic guy. Like all the time, even when I film podcasts, people would be like, you run your camera in automatic? And I'm like, dude, I don't know anything about camera settings. I don't know anything about camera settings. I don't know anything about mics. I don't know. I love conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's like something I'm coming to terms with, is that I can be passionate about just this. And it's like, when you look at those examples like Mr. Beast versus Emma Chamberlain, I don't think Emma Chamberlain's that passionate about film either. I don't think he's that passionate about like choppy, crazy edits. And I think that Mr. Beast works because he is passionate about
He's
that.
passionate about almost like the business aspect of it too, like maximizing everything.
Yeah, which is just like, that's been like a very important realization.
Yeah.
But I do love that. I just think that you're playing such an important role because it's like that other type of advice is so easy to come across. I feel like I see it everywhere of like, all right, here's how you improve the thumbnail. Here's how you improve the title. Here's how you improve the like editing and this and this and this and this. And I finally like, when I was looking through your stuff, I was like, dude, this is what I'm talking about. It's like you're just improving yourself, and then whatever comes out online, just
and how you should like improve the machine behind all of it. You know, like you're first of all, pick the right content for you. Like you realizing that all you care about truly is conversations is such a win, and it took a long time to do. You know, like those 4 years of vlogging is not a waste of a 4 year of vlogging. That's like, you had to get through those to then realize like, oh, the main thing that I care about is conversations. But like once you realize that, like that, I honestly went through the same, I was just talking about this earlier today. I went through the same kind of thoughts in my head of like, oh, because I like making content, I must be a filmmaker, or like I must learn how to do that, or like be technically like sound and like super like make super pretty things. And I feel like there's almost like, I don't know if ego is the right word, but like it's almost this like identity.
Yeah,
it really is, where it's like you have like, because you identify with it, like I don't know, but at the end of the day, I like, for me it's not conversations, but it's more like ideas or like concepts, or I don't really know. But when you strip it down to like what I really enjoy doing, it's like sharing ideas and thoughts.
I do think though that you're right. I think it is a little bit of a pride thing. It's like, as you think about, I think there's two things that go into it. Is one, like who you watch, like, and it's funny because as I become a member of like the Creator Camp community, Creator Camp makes slow, cinematic storytelling vlogs. That's how I describe it. Slow, very deep cinematic storytelling vlogs. And I became a really big fan. It's almost like sometimes when I'm in that community, I'm like, should I not be watching Mr. Beast and Arak videos? But I like those videos.
Yeah.
But I also like these videos. And then it's like, okay. And then when I watch a Mr. Beast or Arak video, then it's like, okay, do I emulate this? But I hate that style of editing. I hate creating it.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy watching it. I'm really not as cinematic as the people in Creator Camp. And I'm not like, but it's like you smuggle in these like passions or these identities that you feel you need to. And I guess it like, which to me, as I'm realizing it, as I'm speaking it, I feel like the solution is many times in life, is just being more comfortable, like being yourself, just like who you are, and having confidence that if someone likes you for your personality in real life, then that is probably the best indicator that people online will like you for the same reasons. And even like with Soul Wealth, I'm so passionate about changing the way people measure success, not being like, this is my worth because of my followers, or this is my worth because of the money I make, or I'm so passionate about that concept. But even with that, it's like, okay, well, now do every podcast I have to sit down, do I have to like have some deep revelation about, and I know you saw my story the other day, and go tying it all the way back to Arlen and stuff. It's like, Arlen, I really like respect him as a personal brander and his creative mind. And the thing is, on his story, half the time he's providing really crazy value about personal branding and he'll talk about anything. He'll talk about religion. He'll talk about personal branding. And then the other half of the time, he's like, I'm sexy. Wake up, be sexy. Olivia Rodrigo, travel. And it's like, when you truly know someone, you have inside jokes. You have these silly things you do with them and you say with them. But then it's like, oh, should I not include those things on my story because I'm Soul Wealth guy now? Or I'm the creator advice person? And it's like, so the other day, which I'm referring to, is like my friends telling me about how every human face looks like a one of 7 animals.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm talking to a lot of people about this, but it feels like something I wouldn't put online. But like, why?
Why not?
Why not? Because if I like it and all the people I'm talking to like it, then people online will probably like it.
Yeah.
And they did. Everyone slid up and they're like asking about it. And that's why I'm realizing it's like, I feel like that way you create like, going back to the very first question, how do you create followers that care about you? Is like the same way you create friends that care about you. You be
you have
yourself.
To care about them.
You care about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just like, I feel bad because I'm like so just ranting this podcast, but it's interesting because one thing I always tell people is, if you have like a mission or a brand statement and you can't explain it to a friend in person, like you're sitting down willing to let me explain this to you, then how would I ever get people online to rally behind it? And that's why I say the Soul Wealth thing over and over and over again, is because I need to be able to explain it to you. Because if I can't explain it to you, then how am I going to get people on the internet who know nothing about me to care about it? Yeah, sorry, that was so much.
No, I resonate with so much of what you just said. Like, with the, like getting people to care about you thing. Like, I realized like you have to hold space for your audience as like an additional relationship in your mind. Like, for just as an example, like I have 2 Instagram accounts. One is kind of like my creator account, and one is like personal, private, and just like like the account I've had for years. And I almost like the same way that some people go about their private Instagram account with just all of their friends from school or hometown friends following it. They will like post stories to update people on their life, like, oh, look where I went to this concert, or like, happy birthday, best friend. Like they post things to like update people on their life and stuff. Like, they are creating a picture in their head of like who they're talking to, right? Maybe they're talking to like maybe they post the story so that a specific someone will see it, right? Maybe they're posting it to update their friends and family from home about their life or something. Like, they all have a mental picture of who that is. And as a creator, it's really hard to come up with that, especially when you don't like know your audience personally. But creating that picture of who they are, and you don't have to define it. You don't have to draw pictures, literally. You don't have to like write down characteristics of your ideal audience or whatever. But at least having a picture in your head of like, these are the people that watch me and resonate with me, and holding space for them as a part of your life. I feel like that is, in my way, for the method of becoming the niche and like building like a truly authentic community. I think it's really important to like do things like being compelled to share about some random like theory you have about animal faces. Like, that's something that like people that like truly cared would appreciate.